Hello and welcome to my crochet Christmas tree tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to make this mini Christmas tree plushie. Let's get straight into it. So the materials that you are going to need are a 5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, scissors, and then you are going to need green yarn and brown yarn. And if you want there to be snow around the outside, then you'll also need white yarn. You will also need stuffing. So to start off, you're going to grab your green yarn and also grab your crochet hook, and you're going to do a slip knot. Then we are going to make our magic ring. I use the 2-chain method for my magic ring, which I'll show you how to do. And we're going to do 6 single crochets into the magic ring for the first round. So we'll chain 1 and then chain 2. And then we're going to do those 6 single crochets into that first chain. And that will be our magic ring. Now that we have done that first round, for the next round we're going to do single crochet increase times by 3. That'll take us up to 9 stitches. An increase is where you do 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So single crochet increase, all the way around. Now I'm going to pop my stitch marker in. So for the next round, we're going to do 2 single crochets and an increase times by 3, and that'll take us up to 12 stitches. But we're also going to change to white on the very last stitch. So when we are completing the last stitch, we'll change to white for the next round. So now we're on the last increase. We're going to do the first single crochet of that increase, and then for the second part we'll pull through a loop, and then we're going to grab our white yarn and we're going to finish up that single crochet using the white yarn. So we're going to pull through the 2 loops with that white yarn, and then we are going to tie the white yarn and the green yarn together. So for the following round, we're going to work round in white. This is going to get a little complicated. So for this round, we're going to be working into the front loops only. So what we'll do is we'll go through the middle. So usually we're going through both of these 2 loops here, but instead we're just going into this one loop. And what we'll be doing is in the first stitch, we'll be slip stitching, and then into the second stitch, we'll be doing half double crochet, and a half double crochet. And we'll do that 6 times, but I'm going to walk you around as I go through it. So to start off, so just into that one loop, we're going to do a slip stitch. So we're just going to pull the yarn straight through that one loop. Then for the next stitch, we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into that front loop. We're going to pull through a loop, and then we should have 3 loops on our hook, and we're going to pull yarn through all 3 of those loops at once. That's a half double crochet. And then we'll yarn over again to start our double crochet, go into that front loop that we were just in again, pull through some yarn. We'll have 3 loops on our hook, and then we're going to pull through the first 2 loops. So just the first 2 loops. And now we'll still have 2 loops on our hook, and then we'll pull through those 2 loops. And that will finish off the double crochet. And then finally, for the final stitch of that particular stitch, we'll yarn over, and we'll go back into that front loop. Now we've got 3 loops on that hook, and we'll pull through yarn all 3 of them. So that's a half double crochet. So we just did a slip stitch into the first stitch, and then into the second stitch, we've just done a half double crochet, and a half double crochet again. So now into the next stitch, I'm going to do another slip stitch. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do the half double crochet, half double crochet all over again. And we're going to do that all the way back around. So slip stitch and then the half double crochet, half double crochet into the following stitch. So now we're on the final stitch, and we're going to do a half double crochet, a double crochet, and then for the final half double crochet, we're going to yarn over and then pull through, but then we're going to pull through with our green yarn as we are switching back to green. So pull through your 3 loops of your half double crochet with green yarn. And that is the end of round 4. So for round 6, we'll just be going into the back loops. So how you're going to tell that is these stitches of green yarn that have not been crocheted into is where we're going to crochet into. So I'll show you an example. So the first front loop that we're going to work into is this one here. So you'll see there'll just be 1 loop around the circle, and it's the loop of green yarn. So there'll be 1 loop to go into. And I'm going to single crochet into that. And we're just going to be single crocheting into all of the loops, and I'll keep showing you them as I go around. And then once you've gotten back around, you can see that the stitches that we'll be going into for the next round are just these green ones all the way around. So we won't be going to just the front loop or just the back loop, we'll be going fully into the stitches for the next round. So we'll be doing single crochet increase times by 6 into those stitches, which will take us up to 18 stitches in total. So we'll single crochet into that one to start off, and then we'll keep going around. Once you're on the final part of your last stitch and increase, you're going to pull the first loop through in green, and then we're going to change to white. So the following round will be in white. So the next round is going to be the same as this white round here. We're going to be going into the front loops only again, doing slip stitch, and then the next stitch, half double crochet, half double crochet. And we're going to do that 9 times in total, but we're just going to go all the way around, doing slip stitch and then half double crochet, half double crochet. And then on the final stitch, you're just going to pull through using the green yarn. For round 9, we're going to be going into the back loops only. So once again, into those green loops, and we're just going to single crochet all the way around. For the following round, we're going to do 2 single crochets increased times by 6. And that'll take us up to 24 stitches. So we'll just do that on the green yarn. Now for the following round, we are just going to single crochet all the way around again in green. And on the last stitch of this round, we are going to change to white. So for round 12, we're going to be going into the front loops only again, and once again do slip stitch in the first stitch, and then half double crochet, half double crochet into the second stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around, so we'll do it 12 times in total. We'll repeat that 12 times. So on the final stitch, we're going to switch back to green yarn again. So this is what the Christmas tree should look like at the moment. So for round 13, we are going to single crochet into the back loops only once again. So all the way around, just these green loops. And we'll just single crochet all the way around. Then for the next round, we're going to do 3 single crochets and an increase times by 6. And this will take us up to 30 stitches. Then for the next round, we'll just single crochet all the way round. So it'll be 30 stitches in total that we'll single crochet into. So for the final stitch, we will switch to white once again. And now for the final round in white, we're going to be doing the same thing where we go into the front loops only and do slip stitch in the first stitch and then half double crochet, half double crochet into the second stitch. So we're going to do that all the way around. So for the final stitch, we will switch back to green. And now we're going to cut off the white yarn and we will tie that to this green yarn. And now we're done with the white yarn. So now we are going to go into the back loops only, as always. And we're going to do 3 single crochets and a decrease times by 6 into those back loops only. So into all of these green loops. So that'll take us down to 24 stitches. Then for round 18, we are just going to go into both loops and we're going to do 2 single crochet decrease times by 6, and that'll take us down to 18 stitches in total. Now we're going to add a little bit of stuffing to the tree. And then we will continue round. So for the following round, we are just going to do single crochet decrease times by 6, which will take us down to 12 stitches. And then on the last stitch, we're going to switch to brown. So we'll pull through with brown yarn. And then we'll tie the green and brown yarn together. And then we're going to chop off the green yarn. then for the final round, we're going to do 6 decreases. So now we're going to take our hook out and we are going to cut off a small tail for sewing. And we're just going to add a little bit of stuffing to the tree trunk. So now we're going to grab our sewing needle and we're going to sew in the front loops only the tree trunk shut. And we're going to bring this through to a random point and pull it all the way through. I'm just going to pull in it, which makes the tree trunk a little bit more stable at the bottom. I'm going to cut it off and poke it inside. So this is what the completed Christmas tree looks like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did enjoy this tutorial, then make sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up on this video. I upload videos every week so you can make lots of crochet plushies. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.